All right, guys, let's connect today, January 26th, 2025, coming at you for our live stream for the next hour. Thank you guys for taking the time to be here, whether you're here for 5 seconds, 5 minutes, the full hour. We truly appreciate it. And we're just trying to catch up with a couple things going on. Hopefully everything's okay. Had a little, just stuff going on this weekend like normal. Hopefully you're staying warm. Hopefully it's warming up for where you are here in Florida. It snowed, so that's kind of crazy, but more on that later. So hopefully you're going to have a good weekend already and watch some football today if you're into that and you're doing all right. I don't know, but I've said this time and time again. January is forever. It's the longest month because, one, it's 31 days. So obviously it's long, but it's just crazy. I just feel like it's been going on because anytime you got 1, 2, 3, 4, basically 5 weeks almost, 2 days and less, but 4 full weeks plus a couple of days, that's a long time. Let's get into February, the shortest month, after the holidays and everything. It's tough to get back to reality. And it's just been one thing after another for me this year so far in 2025. But we can't let that stop us. We got to keep going on and everything. There's been some news about Daryl Dixon season 3 filming that I've seen online a little bit. And last time I saw stuff, they were filming in Spain for season 3. Daryl's bike was there. Daryl was obviously there. And just a little bit of stuff here and there. And there's somebody was complaining about a potential new woman in with Daryl, so kind of like an Isabel thing, and they were like, "We don't want that. We want Daryl and Carol. That's it. Stop giving us all this extra stuff." But I would assume Daryl and Carol have to have help. I mean, they're in Spain, which suppose he's gonna, pose as Britain or England or whatever. So it's just not, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do with it. At the end of the day, if Rick is not with Daryl and Daryl does not reunite with Rick at the very end of it all, it's just annoying. That's the end all be all. Let's wrap it up, finish it up, and be ready to go. I don't know. So hopefully Daryl and Carol, because Daryl's show has been interesting enough. It's just like the extra DLC after the main game is over, the main show, The Walking Dead, is over. And it's just, it is what it is. Just like Dead City, we'll see what's going to happen with that. Well, Dead City is just filmed season 2, and that's it as of now. I don't know if they're greenlit season 3. We're waiting on the definitive date of return for that show. Last I checked, I don't know when Dead City's actually returning, sometime this year. And then Daryl will probably be October, and Dead City will be most likely, if they didn't let us know by now, and it's January 26th, I would assume it's got to be like March or maybe even April when they're going to have it. I don't know what other shows they have on AMC or what the plan for that is. But what other shows or movies are you watching, guys? Are you watching anything good on Netflix or Hulu or Amazon or whatever? What are you guys watching? The Night Agent Season 2 just came back. Well, Night Agent just came back for Season 2 on Netflix on Thursday. And if you haven't seen that, that's something to watch on Netflix. I know Donald, we love the PT channel. Appreciate it, Donald. But thank you guys for taking the time to be here. We are just grateful for the people that still come around and talk and everything. And, it's been one of those crazy things so far this year. And, it was weird going back to work last week. And life goes on, People pass on, and life goes on. Pets pass on, life goes on. We don't forget them. They'll never be forgotten. And so just doing little things here and there and, getting better with it every day, obviously. But, I miss Milo, and I always miss him. But life goes on. I can't sit here and worry about him too much because he's hopefully in a better place and can relax and enjoy his wherever he is, and whatever happens after we die, I don't know. But I mean, hopefully he's doing all right and will be with me for forever. But so yeah, I was just doing some cleaning around the house and cleaning out the garage and getting it organized. It's one of those times where I'm like, I feel like I'm in the mode of like throwing stuff out, declutterizing, cleaning stuff up, minimizing. I want to sell some things, donate some things, get rid of some things, and just move on with it. So I may be posting some stuff on eBay, or maybe posting a couple of videos about, selling some stuff and just trying to get it out and get rid of it, because, I got to clean out some of this house. It's amazing when you live somewhere for like 13, 14 years, you just accumulate so much stuff. So, but thank you, Hard and Nixie, Donnie T, Donald, and Negan 1, Jonathan, and everybody else that's joining as we speak. Jonathan Wilder, Q&A. How are you doing? How you doing? Well, how are you doing, John? Hopefully you're excited for Royal Rumble this upcoming Saturday, February 1st, because I am. I'm doing okay. We're hanging in there. We're making it the best we can. I've had a couple breakdown moments, especially when I was talking to a couple people at work and a couple patients about, my stepmom and then my cat. And, it's just been one thing after another. Sometimes it piles up, and got to keep pushing forward, one step in front of the other, and take one step at a time. And there's no rush in life, and trying to just organize my things and get my life in order. And it helps to stay busy, though. I'll definitely say that. It definitely have to have something that drives you towards something, some goal, some life, some aspiration, some task, something on there too. So, getting into working out, I've again been that way since last year. So I forget when I joined back at the gym. I think it was like January or February. So if it was February, I've been going back to the gym for a year, and it like flew by. It's one of those things where I'm glad I got to go back to the gym, because I did miss it. But then you got to worry about the gym and the people and the equipment and just how people are at the gym and the etiquette and all that stuff. But it's a good thing to keep your body moving and everything. And I was listening to something on the radio, and they were trying to sell you this supplement, which I'm not going to buy a supplement over the radio. I'll buy it on Amazon or, different companies. But it did prove and show, some studies is what they were calling it, that it does help to benefit us mind, body, and soul, and not just the physical nature of working out and exercising, but our mental health, our just day-to-day, how we feel. Because there is a clear, aspect of working out, exercising, of endorphins, adrenaline, hormones. And so staying active for building up your strength, endurance, stamina, power, whatever, body fat, just cutting calories down, and eating better and taking care of yourself, you just kind of feel better. And when you feel better, life is better. And when life is better, that's the whole point, in my opinion, is to have a nice, enjoyable life, even when stuff comes at you and it sucks, right? Like, I'm not going to say I've had the best month, because it's not been good. Little things add up to big. Like yesterday, for example, this is kind of how my month is going too. Hey, Zenith, that every Saturday morning, I go to Sam's Club. I get a rotisserie chicken, some bananas, and if there's anything on sale, I'll buy something else or something we need. But I try to stay in there too. So very good. Zenith says, quit smoking recently, so very vexed. So that's good. Your body thanks you for that. You'll make improvements with your lungs, your heart, cardiovascular-wise, respiratory-wise. It's going to suck. It's going to be tough, but stay strong, and your body will thank you for quitting smoking. So I went to Sam's Club. It's about 15, maybe 20 minutes away in the morning. I try to get there a little after 8 o'clock, because I have the Plus membership where you can go in earlier. You can go there between 8 and 10 before it opens at 10 for the regular members. So I'm driving up to Sam's, And I see this ambulance driving away from Sam's. And as I get closer, I see 3 fire trucks outside of Sam's. So I'm like, that ain't good. Either somebody went down or there was a fire or something happened. But either way, it's not a good sign to see fire trucks and ambulance and stuff on there too. So I pull in, I park the car. People are walking around, but not really. I see the thing where the carts are. It's down. You can't get any carts. And as I'm walking towards the store, this guy comes out of the store and he says to somebody else, they had a fire. They're not going to open till around 9 o'clock. And the person, so I stop walking and I overhear them talking. And he's like, yeah, something happened with fire and smoke or whatever, but they have to clean it up. And at best, they would open at 9. So I'm like, I got to go. I can't wait around for that. You know, I'm not going to wait around. It's like 8:05. I'm not going to wait around for close to an hour. And so I just left and drove all the way down there and couldn't even get the chicken and the bananas or whatever. It's not the biggest deal, but it's annoying to not have a trip. So I came home empty-handed, and then my wife and I had to go to Publix and do some food shopping anyway. So we got some other stuff, and it worked out, but it was still like pretty annoying. So little things like that, plus, you know, what I talked about last live stream. It's just been rough. So, but Zena says, how comes Daryl gets to keep smoking in the apocalypse, though? Well, it's a show, and I'm pretty sure Daryl is a smoker. A lot of them smoke. Like Jeffrey Dean Morgan smokes. Daryl, Norman Reedus smokes. A lot of the actors smoke on there, too. So it's probably just, I would assume in the zombie apocalypse, there's a highly stressful environment and life and experience that's why people start smoking, right? So, like, smoking is not good for you. We all can agree that smoking is not good for you, right? But people do it anyway because it helps them, I guess, cope with stress, anxiety, problems, day-to-day life. Because why else would you smoke? And so it's a tough habit to break. But yeah, Daryl is definitely a big smoker on there as well. Jonathan Q&A, any tips for a chubs like myself who has a food obsession and sweet tooth? So, Chubb, that's sorry. I don't mean to laugh, but it was just funny for a chubs like you. But so diet is everything. You can work out as much as you want. It doesn't matter unless you change your diet. So I said it before over the live streams, the general rule of 3. So you can live with less than, the rule of 3 pertains to like survival. You can survive 3 minutes without air. Maybe a little more, a little less for some people, but the general is 3 minutes without air, breathing, oxygen. 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. And I'm not saying to not eat for 3 weeks, but you see the order of keeping us alive. And nowadays, food is very easy to get. You know, there's tons of fast food. There's tons of stuff to get on shelves. Preservatives keep us in line with food on the shelves, and it preserves everything for, you know, months and months and months. So you have to change your diet to change your body. If you're worried about cutting weight, total weight is one thing. Body composition is another. Like fat, percent body fat, muscle mass, lean mass. You want to be more muscle, lean mass, lean tissue than fat. Adipose tissue, what they call it. So, and fat doesn't weigh more than muscle. 5 pounds or 10 pounds is the same. 10 pounds is 10 pounds. So you can't do it overnight. You got to do it for a lifestyle change. So you have to cut down the fried foods, the refined sugars, the general stuff that you know is bad for you. Like fried chicken is bad for us, but we love it. I love it. Pizza is not good for us, but we love it. French fries, this, that is not good. But so, you know, I would assume that most people like sugary drinks, whether it's coffee, Starbucks, Dunkin' Donuts, soda, or pop, or whatever you call it, chips, fries, just, you know, the stuff that's there. But if you really want to lose weight, you really have to think about it as, what can I change? Well, total calories, obviously. You have to cut down the amount of calories you eat a day. If you can eat around, let's just say 1,500 to 2,000 calories a day, and then try to cut it down even more to that 1,500, 1,250 calories a day to really lose weight, then it's really difficult because you'll be surprised how much calories are in food. You like Reese Cups, you like Swedish Fish, Sour Patch Kids, Snickers bars, whatever, ice cream, donuts, all the stuff that's bad for us, all the good stuff, But cut down. Don't cut out fully. Cut down stuff at first. Don't drink as many beers or as many sodas or as many sugary drinks or as many things on there too. Cut the stuff gradually. Have more water. Have more fruits, vegetables. Have more fried. Not fried. Stay away from fried stuff if you can, or cut it down. Have more like chicken breasts, white rice, brown rice, broccoli, asparagus, and eat for desired outcome instead of comfort, taste. Because if you wanted to really lose weight, you have to have like a bodybuilder diet. Egg whites, oatmeal, chicken breasts, white rice, sweet potato, broccoli or asparagus or Brussels sprouts. And have that for lunch and dinner. Stop eating after a certain amount of time. Fast for so many hours. So if you have your last meal and your last bite at 7 o'clock, don't eat again until at least 7 o'clock the next morning. So you have to at least fast for at minimum 12 hours, but closer to probably 14 or 16 hours if possible. And when you do, eat something healthy. So your body is using up the carbohydrates, the fats, to give you energy from your body, and the weight will change. Being consistent over the time, over months and months and months, not just time too. So, like I think I saw Carol say that, she said recently within the last 6 months, she lost over 50 pounds. Awesome, Carol. That's great. And that's like the change of lifestyle. And I believe she said, changed her diet, changed my mind about food, no deprivation. So just changing things, doing things differently. Everyone knows about The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and he eats epic cheat days and whatever, but he eats like 6 days a week, very clean, very healthy, with like white fish and vegetables and that and basic stuff. But in that epic cheat day, he has like 15 chocolate chip pancakes or chocolate chip cookies or something crazy. But then he doesn't eat it again for another week. He eats healthy for 6 days, and the one day is the epic cheat day. Now I would say to stay away from the epic cheat meal, but try to do little by little, but eat clean for really 7 days, and then maybe reward yourself with a little bit of ice cream or a little bit of a sweet tooth or a little bit of a thing. And then also you got to exercise. You got to get moving. Calories in, calories out. That's the biggest thing, right? So if you're consuming calories, that's your calories in. So you have to think about it as having good quality calories too, and less of them. So again, like I said, 2,500 calories, 2,000 calories. Try count your calories for one day and then see how many it is, right? Like literally look at the serving sizes and see what it says for Reese Cups or a soda or whatever. And if you're getting fast food or something else, see what it is and track it down to see how much it is. And then you have to decide, is it worth eating that, or not? And like I said, I don't want you to feel like you're cutting out everything entirely, but when you see food as fuel, you want to have good fuel, right? You don't want to have some crappy fuel that burns up quickly. You want to have something that lasts. And usually that's the healthy stuff, not the sugar. I have a sweet tooth too. John. So that I know how you feel. Like, I love Sour Patch Kids, Swedish Fish, Reese Cups, Kit Kat bars, Pop-Tarts, crap like that. But what I do is I eat that in the morning. I have like a Pop-Tart I eat in the morning. If I have something late, I stop eating by, I don't know, probably a little before 7. Sometimes when I'm hungry, I'll have something later. But, at the end of the day, I'm trying to... So, Wilson says, that head peering over your left shoulder, Bri, is distracting me. Like the Peter Griffin one or the zombie one. That's pretty funny. So, you just got to do the best you can. Come up with a plan. And know you're going to have setbacks. But don't, Well, John says, how do you kill an obsession? So explain that, though, too, John. Let's go in this a little bit further. What are you obsessed with? Like on a day-to-day stuff, what are you really eating? Because you can check the zombie head. Yeah, okay. I got you. Should I get rid of the zombie head or should I keep it? I don't know. I kind of like it there. It's kind of been part of kind of part of our streams here for a long time. Negative ones like beer and tacos for sure. Dragon says ice cream is my friendly enemy. Yeah, I mean, you want to have a rewarding thing. You want to have that, but don't have the sweet craziness on there forever. Like, don't have it all the time. Reward yourself after eating pretty good. And then start some exercise. Because, everything catches up. We can't do things hard on our body or hard on our diet or hard some way or another. It's taking a toll somehow, some way. Like cigarettes, right? Like smoking doesn't instantly kill you, but it cuts down your lung capacity, your endurance. It makes it harder to breathe. You can get restrictive airflow in your lungs or obstructive airflow. You can get COPD. That's chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which is a common thing that people have over the years. They pay for it later. So it's something that people aren't worried about later, though. It's they're worried about right now. John says, mostly sweets. Like last night at midnight, I had toast with Nutella and chocolate milk, and that's just one of my favorites. So I wouldn't see that. That's kind of the problem right there. I wouldn't recommend eating at midnight because you're not going to be able to burn that off. If you had the chocolate milk and Nutella 6 hours or 5 hours earlier, and also the toast is good, the Nutella, I don't know, try like peanut butter or something if you can. Chocolate milk is very sweet as well too, so there's a lot of sugar in there as well. So I think sugar is probably your biggest thing there, John. But at worst case, you can see a nutritionist, but it's not going to be easy. You're going to have to change something, and you're going to go through basically through withdrawals. Like I'm a caffeine person, but I used to drink a lot more soda and energy drinks. And for a while there, when I changed it, I was getting headaches, and I was this, and then it was annoying. But my body adapts and it changes. It just doesn't happen overnight. And the same thing with, for a while there, I was training 7 days a week, and I was eating a lot of calories, and I was eating all the time. So my body got used to that. And then when I stopped doing that, because I got sick and I couldn't work out anymore, I was getting headaches. My body was going through withdrawals because it was used to eating every 4 hours. And so when I wasn't, my body was like, what's going on? I'm used to having this, hormones and just response with just one other too. So it just is something that you have to, feel about it. So take your time, do it right. If it's something that is important to you, you'll do it. If it's not, then you won't. I mean, it just happens that way too. So, it's something that you have to change your lifestyle. You cannot go on a fad diet and expect to have long-term results. You can't, like the latest thing is, the latest drugs are the Ozempic, Wegovy, just the stuff that people get for diabetes, that people are taking it who don't have diabetes. And now the drugs are coming out as potentially harmful for, their bodies in a multitude of facets, but especially dementia is a problem, potentially. Stuff with muscle wasting, breaking down your body. Like, it's got to be taking something. Like, losing weight is great, but why are we losing weight? I don't know. So there's a lot of different options to try, but at the end of the day, there's a funny quote from, I think it's Friends with Benefits. Is that the one with Justin Timberlake and Woody Harrelson? And I think it's Mila Kunis, but whatever the one where they're friends and they're getting together and they're just trying to have fun and not date each other exclusively. But I'm pretty sure it's Woody Harrelson's talking to somebody in the movie, and he goes, "Life's pretty simple. If you want to make money, get working. If you want to lose weight, stop eating, fatty." And he says a couple other things there too, like he oversimplifies it. But at the end of the day, it's what it is, right? We have to put the time in to make body changes. Do we want to get stronger? Do we want to get smarter? Do we want to get more money? Do we want to change things? Do we want to just, how do we want to change? And do we want to do it? If it's big enough, you will do it. You just will, or you won't. If something is meaningful enough for you, you'll do it, or you won't. It's simple as that. Like, it's like there too. If somebody wants to get a hold of somebody, they will call them. If somebody wants to get a hold of somebody, they will text, email. They will try every which way under the sun to get a hold of somebody. If they don't, then they won't. If you don't want to change your body, then don't. If you don't want to do it, you got to decide to do it now. But don't do it when you go to get your checkup by your doctor and he says, you have diabetes. You have something, whatever. Stuff that's avoidable, stuff that's preventable, stuff that is mostly environment, diet, habit forming that you can change. That's that's how it is. John asks, he doesn't smoke, drink, or do drugs. Could that be why I have food cravings instead because I'm not a drug? Well, don't think of it as like one or the other. So we can be addicted to a lot of things. It doesn't have to be tobacco, alcohol, marijuana, whatever it is. There are addictions in life. Some are success. People want to be addicted to success, power. People are addicted to that. Sugar. People are addicted to that. Because you like how it feels. You like the dopamine response. You like the serotonin response. You can be addicted to social media. You can be addicted to anything. But you have to change your way on there as well. So people that don't, you could have a vice. I don't know all the things of addiction, but I would assume that most people have one or the other. Like, some people are addicted to smoking and drinking together because it goes hand in hand, or certain things. But I don't know. I don't know if smoking curbs your appetite or whatever, because I've never smoked and I don't ever choose to. But I don't do anything I can't weigh in on that too. But an addictive personality could be something that people have in all facets of life, but I don't think it's one or the other, John. I think it's that comfort in food, comfort in movies, social media, shows, some sort of smoking or drinking or whatever. There's comfort in that. I need help in life. I hate this. I need that. I don't like this. I need this. Or we're just how we're raised. We assimilate and connect this food or sugar or whatever it is to happiness. And that's okay. I mean, some people, it's easy to have that in today's world. So don't feel like, you're doing anything wrong. But if it's a big enough change for you, John, and anybody else in here, then you have to decide to do it or not. And, it's not going to be easy, right? And you're going to have ups and downs, and because people will do something. They'll start something, right? And they'll have one day is good. Oh, I didn't eat as much. It sucked, but it was tough. The next day, it's tough to put back-to-back days together. But let's just say you do good for a couple of days, and by like that third or fourth or fifth day, you're like, I can't do this. This is not going to work. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. But the best thing with food is if it's not in your house, you can't eat it. If you're not going to order it on DoorDash, Grubhub, this, that, whatever, you can't get it. If it's not in your freezer, fridge, cabinet, pantry, you can't do it. You can't smoke a cigarette that you don't have. You can't drink a beer if you don't have any. You can't do anything if you don't have it. So that's the first thing, is clearing out your cabinet, your pantry, your food, everything. So, you got to decide, and that's kind of, it's mostly, willpower and control, which is tough. And so, yeah, right now, guys, we're watching Night Agent. I talked about it before. If you haven't seen that show, I recommend it on Netflix. There's one season. It just started the second season now. Yeah, so Hard Knocks, he says, if you mess up, you just start again. So I'll take that one further. When you mess up, you just start again. Don't think of starting something as a linear process where you start here and you end here and it goes whoop. With any progress, you'll start here and you want to end up here. So it may go up like this, and then it plateaus, and a little bit here. As long as you don't regress or fall backwards or give up, and the goal is still achievable, kind of maintain it there. Think of it as that. Think of it as a start and a finish point. That's as simple as you can get. Where do I want to be? My goal is this. I want to lose 50 pounds. Well, you could do it by not eating or not starving yourself, and then when you eat again, you'll just gain it back. Or do you gain it the right way? Do it. I want to lose 5 pounds. I want to lose this pounds by this time. But my ultimate goal is this. I'm a physical therapist, so definitely have a lot of goals, short-term goals, long-term goals, starting goals, finishing goals, just see what you can do. Just little by little. It's okay to take breaks. Don't give up. Rest. Get your mind right. See what's doable, what's feasible. And that's with anything, right? Well, if you're going to be a physical therapist or a YouTuber or, some sort of career or whatever you're going to do, it's not going to happen overnight. It takes a long, 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 long time. But people hate that. We want it done now. We want it done yesterday. So, yeah, other than that, guys, there's more shows are coming in February. There's Cobra Kai, the final part is in February. I forget when. Let me actually see the picture. Because there's I follow Netflix on Facebook. And let me just see what I got. Because I want to get all these right. So Netflix, there is Cobra Kai Season 6, Part 3, February 13th. Full Swing Season 3, which is the golf documentary thing. That's Season 3, February 25th. And then there's just other stuff that's there too, like Sweet Magnolia Season 4, Celebrity Bear Hunt, 0 Day, Running Point, Toxic Town, Court of Gold, Love is Blind Season 8, The Greatest Rivalry, India versus Pakistan, Apple Cider Vinegar. There's all this stuff coming out in February in the U.S., I would assume. But that's a lot of good stuff. Reacher Season 3, February. 1923 Season 2, February. A lot of good stuff is coming back. So before you know it, I would love to see, some news about the Dead City, when that's going to be back. I would love to see some news about the Daryl show. Last of Us in April, season 2. Stranger Things, I don't know when that's going to be. I would assume, end of the year. And before you know it, it'll be a lot of good stuff. I'm a March Madness fan, college basketball, so that'll be here before you know it too. Super Bowl will be here before you know it. So with the teams left in the NFL, who do you guys want to see in the Super Bowl? So you got Chiefs or Buffalo, Eagles or Commanders. Who do you think? Jonathan Wilder asks, Q&A, the rumor Rick's having his own spinoff, do you think it's true? I don't think so. I mean, there's going to be a lot of rumors. There's going to be a lot of nonsense. There's going to be a lot of talk. I don't know what the other YouTube channels are that are talking about The Walking Dead. Like, what are they talking about? Is there anything worth talking about? Because Dead City, until that comes back on, and even when it comes back, some big stuff has to happen. Until they bring people back from the main show, like Dead City is kind of lackluster. Daryl kind of makes sense a little bit because it's Daryl and Carol, much more powerful characters than Negan and Maggie. But yeah, I don't know what would Rick's show be about? Because Rick and Michonne and Judith and RJ, that was their ending. Like, what would the Rick show be about? Like, is Rick gonna go go find Daryl? Like, I don't know. I just want to see resolution one way or another, and that would be really cool though. Probably won't happen, but since we know that the CRM is no more, the Civic Republic just exists, but you would have Rick and Michonne and everybody else to use those resources to go to Europe to save Daryl and Carol. And I don't know if they're ever going to do anything like that. Like, I don't know what the end game is. Is it just Daryl and Carol going to different parts of Europe, trying to get back home now, but they can't? Like, I don't know. Like, what's going to happen with that? So I don't know what the end game is. I would love to see Rick Grimes again, and Michonne, of course, because Michonne's my favorite character. So I would want to see Michonne, obviously, but I don't know if that's going to end up being. I don't know if Gimple knows what he's doing anymore. It's just, put another show out. Try to do that. I don't know. Dark Wind Season 3, DG says. Resident Alien Season 4 and Surreal Estate Season 3. Yeah, Dark Winds. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for, House of the Dragon Season 3, whenever that comes back in 2026 or something. So yeah, I don't know if... So I think Rick and Michonne, if we see them ever again, it'll be like a minor part where we wouldn't see them. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna have another show again. Like, Michonne's whole thing was to find Rick. She found Rick. She saved Rick. They destroyed the CRM and they moved on. What's left for them to do? Reunite with Daryl and Carol? Okay, cool. But I don't think we need a whole show for that. I think that there was missed opportunities for a lot of stuff. The Daryl stuff is a nice little filler, but it's filler. The Maggie and Negan stuff is okay. It's filler. I don't know where the rest of the meat and potatoes is. I don't know where the good stuff is there too. Like, I never watched the Sonequa Martin Green Sasha Star Trek show, but are they making Star Trek anymore? Like, they had their realm, they had their time, they had their different generations of stuff, they had their different time periods, and they kept making stuff, but it kind of worked because you're in space and you can do that. In a zombie apocalypse, though, eventually at some point it's just going to be old news, and I feel like it's old news. I feel like the ending was the ending, and they're still trying to milk that Walking Dead cow, but it's not doing so well, so I don't know what's left to be seen there, too. So I hope something happens that's worth watching, but I doubt the heyday of The Walking Dead is just, it's over. Jonathan Wilder, Q&A, who are men and women surprises entry for the Royal Rumble, the final three, and who do you think will win both? Well, I don't know. I mean, I would assume this has to be like John Cena's last time doing all this stuff. And Royal Rumble is the start of the wrestling season, in my opinion. So you have the Royal Rumble and then a bunch of little smaller pay-per-views, and then you have WrestleMania, and when was that, April? I don't even know. But so you got to start setting that up. And I mean, I don't know what their plan is. I mean, I know Cody Rhodes is going to be the champion for a long time because he's the face of the company, but I would personally love to see different. I mean, it'd be wishful thinking to see like Stone Cold or somebody like that setting up their big thing coming up for WrestleMania this year. But I mean, the biggest one I want to see is I want to see Charlotte Flair come back. She's got to come back by now. She's been out for over a year, and I don't know what the plan is for those wrestlers if anybody comes back. But that would be the biggest thing. So I don't know who wins. I don't know what their plan is because this is the start of it all, and we'll see what happens. So, but yeah. Wilson says, to be honest, Brian, I feel the audience has moved on from The Walking Dead. Yes, we still have a few spin-offs, but ultimately the show ended. Exactly. So, like, The Walking Dead was dead for a lot of people after season 6 finale into season 7 premiere. And so let's go with season 7. Killed it a lot for a lot of people. They were done with it. Nope, I'm done. After that, I'm done. I mean, Negan really hurt the show in a lot of aspects and hurt the stuff within Carl. Like, they started to make all these bad decisions in season 7 and season 8. And then they tried to recover in seasons 9, 10, and 11. But the damage has been done. And I never watched. Yeah, CM Punk's a good choice for sure. I could see CM Punk winning, or somebody like that. But you got to give him a middle range guy or middle kind of road or towards the bigger people. So, but not you, Negan one, but Negan the character on the show, and so Negan was a character that was just given so much power, and it was definitely a different. So like anytime you watch a show, you have your main characters, right? So like Walter White for Breaking Bad. He started to get more and more power, more and more turning from this good guy to a bad guy to back to a good guy, a bad guy who did good things, and vice versa. But it was basically like he was always the main focal point. Yes, there was Gus and there was Mike and there was Jesse and there was all these people. But it's not like Walter White ended up losing his power so much. Like, he, of course, had his problems with Gus and Gus's people and Mike, and he had to work for him. He had to do that. But he always felt like he had his way to get around it. He always had a plan. And it was just so big. They didn't do anything to water him down, and that's kind of what happened with Rick and them, too. And so it just was kind of tough for a lot of people, the main people watching for Rick, the main people watching for this. And so if you didn't know that Negan was coming and you didn't know this was happening from the comics, because not everybody read the comic, it was like, what the heck is this? This is not the same show that we had in 4, 5 seasons, 4, 5, and 6 that were the best. It just changed the dynamic of everything, and it really hurt the show for a lot of people. And so, that it's tough to get over. So I watched What If season 3 finale, and I don't want to give anything away, but that show was like, what am I watching at the end of it? It was like, this is ridiculous where it turned into. For me, the whole what if scenario was cool because we saw different things of different people, of different characters that you would never see That's why it's the what if this happened? What if that person survived? And then they had the Watcher and the this and the that and all this nonsense that is like they had to wrap it up in an ending. Like, to me, a what if type of show is a variety show that is what happened if this happened. Let's take this is a big moment. Like if The Walking Dead did it, right? The Walking Dead, it says, what if Shane survived? What if Shane survived instead of Rick? What if Rick, never got out of the hospital? What if Andrea and Shane went away? What if Carl was never killed off? What if Negan never survived? What if we followed Negan instead of Rick? What if this? What if that? We see all this chain of events in a multiverse type approach was pretty awesome. And it could be animated. You don't have to have live action stuff because all these people are so much older, they're so different. But I don't know if they're ever going to do that on there too, and it might be too much like Marvel. It might be too much like something different, which is fine. But that's what I watched it. The what if Marvel stuff on Disney was like, what is going on here, man? And so I don't know. I forget the actor's name who is the Watcher, the voice of the Watcher. He was Bernard on Westworld, so to me, he's always Bernard. I know that's not his name, but I know he's an actor. He's got a good voice. He's in Hunger Games. He's in a bunch of different things. He's got such a great voice. Is he the new voice actor that was like James Earl Jones, Morgan Freeman, like certain people? Like is he going to be the guy? Because his voice is, nice to hear, pleasant to listen to. Like it's got that voice that draws your attention. And I feel like he could be the guy next, or one of the guys, which is kind of cool. And I should have took a screenshot of all the movies that are coming out this year because there's a decent amount of movies. I'm probably most excited for Superman, and it's James Gunn's Superman. And I was talking about this to a patient, and when I'm watching the trailer, I first watched it without sound, and then I watched it with sound. And so definitely watch the trailer. If you like Superman, if you like James Gunn, if you like that whole thing, definitely check out the trailer for Superman that comes out, I think, in July or something. But so Superman is laying there in the snow, and he's all beat up, and he's bleeding. And they show you different clips and different things on there too. But basically the two scenes that are connected is, so Superman is laying there, and he needs help. So it draws you in. It's like, oh my God, what happened to Superman? This doesn't happen to Superman. He's Superman. What happened there too? Besides the, kryptonite and Lex Luthor and all that crap. But like, what happened to him? And then you hear him go, like he whistles, and you see it pan to the camera away from it, and you see this thing hauling butt through the snow, and it's moving so fast that it has this thing, and then it comes up and it's the dog, Crypto. And Crypto grabs Superman by the cape and he runs away with him to safety. And you're like, yes, James Gunn knows how to draw you in. He knows how to say, that's never been done before. We haven't seen this before. Yes, we've seen Crypto on different things in the DC universe, but not with Superman. And it was just like, dang, that's awesome. Just this little thing like that draws us in, or drew me in right away. And so I was like, awesome. I'm super excited for that when that comes out. I saw Kraven the Hunter. It's okay. I saw Gladiator 2. It's okay. Like they're worth watching for sure. I would probably recommend like Alien Romulus. Same thing. It's okay. They're worth watching on streaming services, and I know more and more of them are coming out on streaming services soon. So probably just wait to check it out. I think a movie that just came out on Peacock that I watched a little bit ago was called Wild Robot. And it's a nice story. If you haven't seen it, it's an animated movie about a robot and these animals on this island. And it's, it's a nice little story. Like it's something different. And, I like something different because the same old is not really that great. But if things can be done in a little different way, it's a nice little twist on there too. So, other than that, we got the football wrapping up. We got, pretty soon it'll be, March Madness because we got to get into February. It's crazy. So next Sunday will be February 2nd, which is like good because I'm ready to get out of January. January's the longest month, January is a crazy thing for after the holidays, and it's so long and it's so annoying, and plus all this craziness has been happening. It's just not there too. So, but John says, should The Walking Dead do an anime What If? Well, just an animation, anything. I would love to see that too, and it would be kind of cool if you did some different things, but I don't know. I don't know if they ever would. Yeah, Jeffrey Dean Morgan, that'd be pretty cool. I think I like Jeffrey Dean Morgan and whatever he's in when he's played different roles in movies and things since The Walking Dead. He's much more than just Negan, but a lot of people see him as Negan. And if you ever get a chance to meet Jeffrey Dean Morgan, he's a really nice guy. He's a regular down-to-earth guy. So is Norman. So are a lot of people from The Walking Dead. But I know Ross Marquand was at a convention or going to be at a convention or something soon. He's a nice guy too if you ever get a chance to meet these people. So do people ever go to conventions? Do you guys go to conventions anymore? DG says, I still need a Rick and Morgan reunion. Yeah, I mean, that would be nice to have. I don't know if that's going to happen, but that would definitely be nice to have. Jonathan Wilder, Q&A. Remember the Superman versus Batman movie, the one where Superman dies at the end and made it feel like there was going to be a sequel, but nothing ever happened? Do you think there'll be a sequel? Well, I don't know, because I don't think James Gunn's going to use Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck and all that stuff in that realm there, because that was Zack Snyder and other people doing stuff, so that's not him. But I know James Gunn and Zack Snyder work well together. They've done other stuff, and hopefully, I don't know what their status is, but hopefully they can coexist with making stuff for the DC Universe. But I don't know if they're ever going to do a sequel or not. But we'll see. So the latest thing this week was Florida and the Panhandle got snow. New Orleans, Bourbon Street got a lot of snow. And I live in Tampa Bay, so we didn't get any snow. We just got the cold weather, and hopefully it's going to be getting warmer and warmer and warmer, so we can warm up a little bit here. And because my house keeps the cold in, so it's cold in the house right now, but it's warmer outside, and we need to warm up the house a little bit. And we have to use the heat way more than we should. This is the coldest it's definitely been. It's in Florida since I've been living here, since 2001. So it's definitely a sign of, whatever you believe in, with the global warming and everything. But I do believe that it's probably going to be super cold weather and super hot weather. So it's both ends of the spectrum. So it's going to be. But last time it snowed in Tampa Bay was 1977. So that was a long time ago. And maybe it's going to happen again. Maybe it doesn't. But, hopefully everyone's okay. You didn't lose power. You didn't try to drive in it. That's the biggest thing, too. I mean, I'm from New Jersey. So they salt and de-ice the roads ahead of time. And you still slip. And you still slide. And there's black ice. And there's all this crap. But places like the Panhandle of Florida, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, the Carolinas, I don't know if they have the budget for plows, salt, trucks, a lot of them don't. So if they don't, they can't prepare the roads. They can't do that. This stuff has to melt. And the 32-degree mark is the big mark, because 32 degrees is freezing. So if it goes below 32, that water, that snow that was going to melt isn't going to melt, because it's below 32. But when it's 33 and above, it'll be slush or water. It won't be frozen. So that's the time to get around and make sure it's okay. But just be careful on there too if you have to ever deal with that. You don't want to go anywhere. It's not worth it. And there was all these accidents and all these problems and all this stuff on I-10 and all these places, and they shut down the spot from the Panhandle of Florida into Alabama. And it's definitely not safe. So definitely be safety first and always too. Yeah, John, I have never seen any of those movies. Actually, Fantastic Beast and Where to Find Them. I've never seen any of them, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. I have not heard about Rush Hour 4. even though I would love to see that because I do love Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker. I mean, they're hilarious too. So, yeah, Kara's everything back up and running now, hopefully, and safe in New Orleans because everything's got to be shut down. No one can go to get around. So New Orleans has had it kind of rough lately too with the Sugar Bowl that was with Georgia and Notre Dame. Is that the game that happened there with the guy and the truck and everything, and then the snow and everything? But then you're going to get the Super Bowl coming in a couple weeks, so hopefully everything's good and back to normal and safe, and I'm sure they'll have pretty much tons of security because of all the rich and famous people who go to the Super Bowl. That's one of those things I would probably never want to go to the Super Bowl because it's so overdone. It's so pricey. It's probably going to be like $40 to park at minimum. Then it's going to be the tickets are thousands of dollars. Then I don't even, do they play the commercials on the Jumbotrons and do all that? I doubt it, right? Then you don't hear the thing. It's just better to watch it on TV, in my opinion. Plus, but if you're going to travel to be there and everything, that'd be pretty cool. Or if you live there, that'd be pretty cool. You know, of course, if you get free tickets or box seats or something, yeah. But other than that, sometimes a venue is better in your house. No people in front of you, no annoying people, no nonsense and parking and everything that you have to worry about. At home, you have your comfortable chair or your sofa, your snacks, your environment, the big TV, the sound systems. You know, like I was looking at too, like Target. I saw the Target ad for this week. I mean, you can get a 65-inch TV now for $300. That's crazy. That is a great deal. You know, if you can fit the TV and put it on your wall or put it on your TV stand or whatever on there too, it's pretty good too. So the big thing is you definitely want to be safe and sound and keep it going for there too. You know, it's been a rough 2025 so far. We're only 26 days into this year, but we'll get through it. My wife and I will get through it. We'll be all right. Pretty soon we'll have some good shows and sporting events and everything to watch and entertainment and, you know, just find the good in life. You know, of course I miss Milo. Of course I miss my stepmom. Of course I miss things there at times, but you have to keep on. There's nothing we can do about it. We can miss them and remember them and have that, but ultimately we can't do anything about it, and we have to just accept it, even if it sucks. And it's part of grieving, and it's a part of the things, but I definitely like knowing that I had the time with the people I lost and the experiences I lost and the memories. They're just not going to go away, too. So I have not watched The Grudge Phantom Deluxe. Hardnex says, I still have my approximately $2,000 plasma TV. These $400 giant screen TVs just kill me emotionally. Well, my dad has a 50-inch plasma TV in his basement that I don't even remember how much it cost. It was probably like $2,000. It was probably something ridiculous. It might even be more than that. But that was so long. When was that? I mean, 2005. Like, that was like 20 years ago, right? And it was just a crazy war, not a war, but it was like when we had Blu-rays and HD DVDs, or you had probably VHS and Betamax, and you had, you know, plasma and LCD, and plasma lost, LCD won. And so the technology, something's going to win. And I don't know what the next thing is going to be, but something's going to happen. There's always going to be something that comes around where competition is. And I don't know if we're getting towards that we can all coexist with stuff, or there's like one way that's truly doing it or whatever. I don't know. But there's always been competition with especially technology and TVs and whatever it is, entertainment. But yeah, I know it would kind of suck. I know my dad's got that 50-inch TV plasma, and I don't know what's going to ever happen with that. It still works. and it's still good, but I don't know how long it's going to last and what the future holds for it. But all right, guys, that's my hour. It goes fast. I truly appreciate you guys taking the time and being here to just talk about it and be okay. And I'm glad, Carol, glad you're safe in New Orleans and everybody else is safe. And, keep up the good work. John, you can do it. If you want to lose weight, you got to find a way that works for you a little bit at a time. But, just do things, cut down the calories and the late night snacking or whatever, and you can get there. But you got to choose to do it or not. No matter what it is, you have to choose to do it. So thank you, guys. I'll be back next Sunday. Remember, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'm sure you have already. But remember, with hard work, dedication, belief, and sacrifice, you can truly achieve your goals no matter what they are. Keep working hard. Enjoy the football today, and hopefully your teams win. And then we'll have the Pro Bowl next week, and then the week after that is Super Bowl. But I'll be back next Sunday, guys. See you guys. Stay safe, and as always, see ya. See ya.